Los Angeles is in the middle of a heat wave. But Wizards of the Coast has released more playtesting materials. Unearthed Arcana drop that includes a new subclass for the monk, the Tattooed Warrior, something people have been homebrewing for quite some time, and a remake of the Arcane Archer. But science does not wait for cooler times, so to figure out if these subclasses are hot or not, we'll require two dumb idiots on a Discord call.
I'm gonna get you, little bro.
Jacob Crowe!
With the combined powers of one man and a bird cartoon, we will get to the bottom of this question. If I don't die first. Oh, and, I really screwed up the audio for the first 10 minutes of this video. It's really blown out. Watch your ears. I'm very sorry. I swear it gets better. The Tattooed Warrior, a monk subclass, made to enhance martial arts with your magic tattoos. I'm already so excited for this. I'm so fucking excited for this.
So, once again, as the premise is smash or pass,
right.
Just saying, if I saw somebody drawing from diverse body marking traditions from across the multiverse with arcane powered tattoos over their body, beating ass, if that baddie walked up to me and demanded my seed, I would comply, is all I'm saying.
At level 3, magic tattoos. Appropriate. This is what they should have.
No way.
You gain the magic tattoos described by other features of this subclass. The tattoos appear on your body wherever you wish. Damage or injury doesn't impair your magic tattoo's function. A magic tattoo's depiction can look like a brand, scarification, a birthmark, patterns of scale, or any other cosmic alteration. So
cosmetic alteration, Thomas.
Fuck. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can reshape one of your magic tattoos, changing the option you chose from one list to another option on the same list. So this is versatile. You're not locked in like with some older subclasses. You get to change what you pick around. Okay, cool. So they get beast tattoos. You gain 2 animal tattoos. Choose 2 tattoos from the following options, starting with bat.
It's the bat!
You know the dancing lights cantrip. You can summon the bat signal.
Let's go. Oh, that's where the lights come from. Is that
where the lights
is that
come
actually
from.
what they were thinking?
Yeah.
I'm actually curious now.
That's actually what they were thinking, yeah. Except in this instance, it would be Batman summoning himself, which is great. When you expend 1 focus point to use Patient Defense or Step of the Wind, you gain Blind Sight with a range of 10 feet for 1 minute. That's really cool.
I like that. So you just get that in addition to the benefits of Patient Defense or Step of the Wind.
Yeah. Every time you use that feature, you just like reset your blind sight for the next minute. That's really wicked.
I like that.
And so flavorful for Bat.
Joker. I'm using my Patient Defense, Joker.
I don't understand why you have the dancing lights cantrip.
My only thought, I'm telling you, that's why it stuck out to me. Not just that it's the first thing that's part of that. It like the only thing I could think of is doing your own bat signal. That's the only thing that makes sense.
It starts and ends with bat signal.
It literally does, right? How else does that tie into bats? That doesn't make any sense at all, actually.
Regardless of the disconnect with the dancing lights cantrip, maybe somebody in the comments can point out why this makes some fucking sense. Maybe we're missing something. But being able to, in addition to just getting the bonus action shit you already do, gaining blind sight, even though that's not the strongest thing in the world, I find it insanely fun. And it's another way to play a blind monk and have it work. So like, fuck yeah. When it comes to the bat tattoo alone, smash. That's wicked.
Smash.
Next we have Butterfly. You know the light cantrip. Here we go again. You can expend 1 focus point.
This one makes more sense. It's like, okay, butterflies. There are like butterflies that are like phosphorescent or whatever. It's like, okay, that's fine.
You know the light cantrip, and you can expend 1 focus point to cast Silent Image without material components. So it's a form of free spell casting.
It reminds me Lady Butterfly in like Sekiro, right? I mean, she made little copies of herself, right? Yeah. Maybe that's inspiration there. It's like a little bit of like
so cool.
A little bit of Lady Butterfly in there.
That would be really cool if, this is... now I went from being like, this feels like just sort of boring, random spell casting, and now I like it a lot.
There you go.
I also like how they made it just 1 focus point, because we all know the absolute horrors that was the original Elemental Monk. and how they screwed that to no end.
Oh, I love spending 3 to 4 focus points on spell slots that aren't even the same number as the focus points being spent.
Right.
Haha, that's great. I love that.
Butterfly, you convinced me. Smash. I like it now.
Well, guess
I was
what?
so prepared to talk shit on it, but smash.
Pass.
Oh. Chameleon. You know the minor illusion cantrip. You can expend 1 focus point to cast Disguise Self.
You know, it's simple. Yeah, I'll take it. Smash.
I think I'm going with Smash because even though I still don't think it's super monk oriented, there's something about just Chameleon and it's so
It just makes sense.
fitting.
It just
makes sense.
This was a layup, you know? It was everything in the design. This was a fucking layup. I can't help but say Smash.
Crane. Oh, they have cranes. This is perfect. I already like that they chose to include Crane. You know the guidance cantrip. When you miss a creature with an attack granted by your flurry of blows, you have advantage on attack rolls for any remaining unarmed strikes with that use of flurry of blows.
Wait. So, if I flurry of blows, is this saying that my next attack with flurry of blows gets advantage? Or is it saying if I have any other unarmed strikes with flurry of blows?
It says attack rolls for any remaining unarmed strikes with that use of flurry of blows. So it's just connected to that bonus action set of attacks. So you can't like flurry of blows at the start of your turn, then do 2 regular attacks and hope to get advantage on those. It's just the 2 attacks from your flurry of blows.
So if the first one misses, the second one has advantage, basically.
Right.
But the way it's wording it makes it seem like there's ways to get additional unarmed strikes with flurry of blows.
That's what I was thinking. Is that a thing with the 2024 rules?
Yes. Yes, it is. At 10th level, when you spend a focus point to use Flurry of Blows, you can attack 3 times instead of twice. Now, this comes a fair bit later, and while it's a dope change, I don't think it would really change our thoughts about the Crane tattoo.
From my understanding of Flurry of Blows, where it's just 2 attacks, I think this is bullshit. I don't like this.
Oh, it's kind of dog shit. Yeah. This is
neat.
ass.
Fucking hard pass unless something changes. We could retroactively smash it, but...
As it stands, by itself, I'm going to need to see her friends. I need to know, like, is she funny?
Right.
Before I smash, you know? She seems kind of toxic right now. I like that she has guidance. Like, that's really nice.
It seems like the reward is beautiful. But
yeah,
to ever see her in that light would take a miracle. You know, like the times that she will be bad will not make up for the times that she's good.
Yeah, she would hit me. And I'm not sure if I'm okay with that yet.
And if she misses, the next one's coming with advantage.
Yeah, the next one hits, bro.
You're not getting away. Our next tattoo is horse. Which
horse girl.
I don't know how I feel, because horse is underrepresented in the various animal subclasses. And the horse girls have needed something for a while.
They have.
I just don't know if
true.
I'm happy that they're getting anything.
Right, we hate horse girls, yeah.
You know the message cantrip. You can expend 1 focus point to cast Long Strider without material components.
That's kind of funny, actually. Okay,
It's
it's kind of funny. You just start galloping.
Especially given the prominence of a certain anime-based video game.
No notes. The message spell, I was wondering that for a second, but then I realized something. Pony Express.
I like this. This made me like horse people now. Smash.
I dated a horse girl once, so I have to say smash.
Spider. You know the mending cantrip. When you hit a creature with an attack granted by your flurry of blows, the creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of your next turn. Interesting.
Holy shit, this is strong.
I like this a lot.
Yeah. Oh my god. Huge smash.
The mending cantrip. I like the flavor there.
Oh, like you're using little webs, right?
Using little webs to stitch it back together. So cool. I love that. I like how I already get so many ideas for how I could flavor that too, because I like the idea of instead, oh fuck.
You might be able to guess that this is when I realized I had messed up my audio. So, it gets better after this point.
I can already see the flavor of this in so many different ways. Literal webs, attaching them together. You could have like black little ink-like webs because it's coming from your tattoos.
I didn't even think of that. That's really cool,
Right?
actually.
Isn't that really cool? Like your spider tattoo crawls down your arm to your fingertips and you just start like doing little black webs until it stitches together and then he crawls back
Like
up.
little inky webs. Oh, that's actually so
Right?
sick. I really like that whole disadvantage thing. It is surprisingly kind of like tanky because then like you can get into the fray, beat
Right.
the hell out of somebody. They have disadvantage to hit.
Right.
Spider's fantastic.
Our last beast tattoo is the tortoise.
Slow, steady pace wins the race.
You know the Spare the Dying cantrip. You can expend 1 focus point to cast False Life without material components.
Ooh. That's boring, actually. Holy shit.
That's really boring.
Did they buff False Life? I don't know.
That's what I was just thinking. I
Yeah.
want to look at 2024's False Life real quick. You gain 2d4 plus 4 temp hit points. So yes, it is stronger. They added an additional d4 to it. So that's not terrible.
I will say, I like the thematic of being able to just like action turtle shell. That's pretty cool. I don't get what Spare the Dying is doing here if I'm being completely honest.
I don't get it either.
At first I was like, oh, Spare the Dying, oh, False Life. Now I'm like, oh, False Life, oh, Spare the Dying. You know? Like,
Right.
that
No, I
flipped.
feel you. Because I think their idea was probably just, we want to have a defensive cantrip to fit tortoise theme, but there's just not really a list of those. I like the concept. I think overall I'm going to pass, though. I wish it was a bit better. Also, at the end of this list, I'm kind of getting sick of how many of these are just casting a spell.
I agree.
Some of the cooler ones were really neat. I would have liked if the tortoise was like, hey, when you use one of your flurry of blows or type features, you get bonus AC or something like that for a round. You know,
That would be
something
sick.
that still fits the theme, or that's just when you get your temp HP, you know, still fitting this theme of defense, but letting you use your own features. 2024 rules have started to have an over-reliance on this feature is just free spell casting.
I would have even liked if False Life casted as a bonus action. So you could do that thing where you brace up and then you start punching and beating the shit out of people. It gives kind of like it adds something to the fantasy of being able to go into like a defensive stance as opposed to like just spell casting.
I fully agree.
I feel like there's a better way to do this that would also make it stronger, because right now it feels kind of weak and it feels like it's getting a little fast and loose with the thematics.
I fully agree. Pass on tortoise. Overall, beast tattoos. Hard smash.
Hard smash.
Despite us saying that the Beast Tattoo feature was a hard smash, the data doesn't lie. With 3 tattoos getting a pass, 3 tattoos getting a smash, and 1 tattoo being neutral, seems like Beast Tattoo's a kind of mediocre feature. But a mediocre start does not mean the tattooed warrior cannot have a strong finish.
At level 6, they get Celestial Tattoo. You gain an additional magic tattoo depicting a celestial phenomenon. Choose a tattoo from the following options. Comet. You can expend 2 focus points to cast Find Traps. What?
I fucking
Wait,
hate
that's
this.
it?
What?
Hold on. We gotta know. How did they change Find Traps for
I don't think they
2024?
did.
What? There's no way they fucking didn't. No way in
I'm
hell.
actually pissed.
You sense any trap within range that is within line of sight. A trap for the purpose of this spell includes any object or mechanism that was created to cause damage or danger. Thus, the spell would sense alarm, glyph of warding, blah, blah, blah. But it wouldn't reveal a natural weakness in the floor, an unstable ceiling, or a hidden sinkhole. The spell reveals that a trap is present, but not its location. What the
Useless,
fuck?
useless.
Yeah,
You know what
that
else can
sits-
tell? You know what else can tell you that the trap is nearby? You know what else can tell you? Good GMing. Dog shit spell. I'm
If
sorry.
your GM sucks, comets for you.
If your GM has traps that are completely hidden with no way for you to be able to find them, that's a bad GM. I'm just gonna fucking say it.
I
Any
fully
other
agree
response
with
is
you.
cope.
I hate that shit. If they do not automatically put in a way for you to stumble upon it, and it's okay for the players to go through it, get hit by a trap without noticing it, so long as you had that opportunity, right?
Yeah.
You had that check. You had that whatever it is.
I was recently looking at games like, say, like Dark Souls. There are some pretty bullshit traps. However, something those games like to do is leave little things that kind of give it away a little bit if you're paying attention.
Right,
If you're kind of
right.
looking at what's going on. And this goes into a philosophy that I've read in a couple different blogs before about the more dangerous a trap is, the more obvious that it is. Because if it just fucking kills people, if you're saying that there were people who came by before, someone got killed by this then.
Right.
There's gonna
right,
be
right, right.
signs. If this is the fucking Pinor explosion like statue, and someone touched it and their Pinor got exploded, you would see like
You're
their
looking
fucking
at all the bodies where their crotch is just disintegrated,
Yeah,
just a hole.
exactly.
It's like all of the skeletons seem to be missing the Pinot region. Okay, so Comet pass, hard pass, 2 focus
Hard
points
pa-
to cast a
beyond
useless
hard
spell
pass.
at 6th level. Get out of my sight,
yeah,
you grotesque
literally.
monster.
Fucking, how dare you? I don't just pass, remove it. Send it to prison.
Crescent Moon. You can expend 2 focus points to cast Misty Step. Okay.
I like it.
I know I was just giving them shit for features just spellcasting. Misty Step is one of the soft spots for me.
It's good. I like it too. It's really nice.
He's my type. Smash. Don't even need to ask.
Yeah, Smash. It's hard. Come on, bro. It's Misty Step. You have to smash on Misty Step.
Eclipse. You can expend 2 focus points to cast Invisibility without material components.
This could actually get kind of crazy that you can just keep casting invisibility. That's honestly kind of cool.
That's pretty cool. I like that. It's fun. I love that it's attached to Eclipse. That feels like a flavorful win.
I wish there was like more. I don't know.
I think that's the case with all these celestial tattoos, because the next one is Sunburst. You can expend 2 focus points to cast Lesser Restoration.
Sorry, I fell asleep. My goodness. Wow. That is so boring.
Each one of these is one sentence of you can spend 2 focus points to cast the spell. And I understand that what we're looking at is the arcane subclasses. So the concept of these being attached to magic is fine. I'm not against the concept of a spellcaster monk.
Entirely.
I just don't think this is quite it. At level 6, you get 4 options. Each one is just a different, fairly basic spell.
I'm going to have to say pass.
I'm gonna have to say pass on
Yeah.
the whole feature.
I think it needs a severe rework. There has to be a better way. Okay, I will say this. I really like how sorcerers have meta magic and they can be able to manipulate and change spells and things like that. If you're going to make a monk spellcaster, you need to be able to have like the spells interact with the melee component of the class in some way, shape, or form.
I'm directly comparing this to things like the Eldritch Knight or the Arcane
Yes.
subclass for the Rogue. They're a third caster. They get a whole list of spells to cast as an additional thing on top of the other features they get from the subclass. And this is handing me like a way more niche focused in version of spellcasting that is less versatile. And I don't like it, because if you're going to do an arcane subclass that's just spellcasting, make a third caster monk. Why not? If you're going to do cool tattoo monk with neat features, give me cool tattoo monk with neat features.
Exactly. If this is just spellcasting, just give me spellcasting. Otherwise, give me a way to manipulate these spells in interesting ways. There were some tattoos in the beginning, especially the beast ones, because I like the beast ones a lot, where they interacted with features like Flurry of Blows, and that made it more interesting. Nature tattoo.
Level 11 is Nature Tattoo. You gain an additional magic tattoo depicting a natural feature. Choose a tattoo from the following options. Mountain. As a magic action, you can expend 3 focus points to gain resistance to acid damage and advantage on Constitution saving throws for 1 minute.
Acid isn't that prevalent, and that's a lot of focus points. And I feel like, I don't know, hear me out. I think Mountain can get some kind of like physical resistance tied in with this, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if
Yeah.
you gave me a physical and a magical resistance at the same time.
That
like,
would be cool.
Mountain, stone. You can't cleave stone. Slashing and acid, right? Doesn't that make sense?
I think Mountain would work better if it did just give you, like, physical resistance straight up. I know that's strong in a lot of ways, but come on. So real quick, I'm just going to read through all these in a rapid fire because of what they are. They're all very similar. Mountain, 3 points to get resistance to acid damage and advantage on Constitution saving throws. Storm is the same thing, but your resistance is to lightning and your advantage is on dexterity saving throws. Volcano is resistance to fire and advantage on strength saving throws. And Wave is resistance to cold and advantage on wisdom. So they're just different flavors of the exact same thing.
They're also so weak, dude. Why don't they at least even give you investiture, fire, stone, and all that stuff,
That
right?
would be kind of cool,
Yeah,
right?
like if
And
you're
imagine
gonna
if
just
it was like...
give me a spell, right? Give me a good one.
I enjoy the fact that it's resistance on top of advantage for saving throws is kind of cool, but you need to know what kind of saving throws you're going to be making ahead of time if you're going to use an action on this, and that can be tough. And the connection of the damage to the type of saving throw is a disconnect, right? I will be using this feature because I want one of these two things, never both.
Here's my main issue. You said there's a disconnect between these. There's two of them where there isn't, and this is why I think this is unbalanced. Storm and Volcano, because lightning is tied to dex saves, usually.
Yes.
And that's like the only
That's
one
true.
where that's the case. This makes it
Right.
worse, actually, because it makes it so there's only one tattoo that is consistent. Also, dex saves. Those happen a lot. That is like most spells is dex save. That is
And we're
most
talking about
monster
a monk,
ability is
right?
dex
They
save.
didn't get rid of its ability to do evasion, right? That's still on there.
Yeah.
So, what the fuck?
Why
Like-
wouldn't I take Storm? I'm just gonna take Storm. It's such a shame because the only thing Volcano has going for it is this. Fire damage. Fire damage is incredibly common.
3 points isn't a ton when you're level 11, but it's enough to where it kind of matters, because that's 3 more flurry of blows or whatever else. And using them on this niche 1 minute lasting thing that you have to use a whole action to do after you figured out what the battle's about, yeah, it's just, I don't think it's going to be worth it a lot of the times. Pass on the whole thing.
Hard pass.
At level 17, can the subclass save itself with the monster tattoo? Ooh. You gain a magic tattoo depicting a supernatural creature. Choose a tattoo from the following options. Beholder. Okay, they're starting off with the best
we're starting
D&D.
strong, okay.
Such a D. Okay. You have a fly speed of 10 feet and can hover. Additionally, you can expend 3 focus points to cast Counterspell.
Wait, you can just fly. Like,
Oh,
that doesn't
shit.
need focus points. You can just fly now.
Yeah, you just passively have the ability to fly.
Oh
and
my
hover.
God.
It's very slow, especially since you're a monk, but you can do it.
You can, like, anime villain, like, hover at all times, you know?
Right, so what they want you to do is to hover, float at people, and
Yeah.
basically pretend you have a magical eye code, like the beholder, and just counterspell.
Oh, you're like
counterspell.
the you're like the what's it called? You have the tattoo of the beholder like right on the top of your head or something. So you're like that one explodey eye beam guy from Avatar. Why don't you have? Oh, no, I'm mad actually. Why don't you have that? Why don't you have an eye beam you could shoot out of your head? Holy shit, that'd be so cool.
Eye beam would be cool.
What if instead of counterspell? Ooh, what if instead of counterspell they gave you a D6 you could roll to cast an eye beam? And it's straight up an eye beam.
That would be fun. There's a lot I think you could have done with this. I'm also now picturing a monk who has a bunch of eyeball tattoos on their fingers, and when they float, they just go like, ha! It's just like,
Some Pan's Labyrinth shit with the eyes of their palms.
it's very Pan's Labyrinth, yeah. I get a fly speed of 10 feet, which is very little, and I can now cast Counterspell at 17th level. Counterspell at 17th level.
Weak.
Wizards have had this since 5th level.
Pass. Hard pass. This
Pass.
needs to be much stronger. Step it up. It's level 17.
So flavorful, but so boring. Such a great
this should
concept.
Okay, this should have been here at level 6.
Yeah, they could have done this kind of stuff at level 6 for sure. I'm the counterspell guy, right?
Yeah. This is exceptionally weak.
You can also have a depiction of a blink dog. When you expend a focus point to use patient defense, you can expend 3 more focus points to cast blink immediately after that bonus action. Once again, stupid flavorful.
Oh, definitely.
I love it from that perspective.
I'm not gonna lie. Maybe this is controversial. Blink is like a 3rd level spell. I genuinely feel like you should be getting this much earlier. Even the 6th level feature, I feel like you could justify getting something like this. Make it just last until the end of your turn or something, or just like for a minute.
If you're level 6, 3 focus points is quite a bit. That actually matters at that point, right? Even with the
It's
fact that
4
you can
total, because you use one for patient
Right,
defense.
right. So this is a heavy investment just to get 1 3rd level spell slot that, your wizard has 2 of at this point. I do understand you do want to make martial spellcasting harder to achieve than an arcane spellcaster. Of course. It doesn't need to be this much harder. This truly just says, as a bonus action, you can cast 1 very specific 3rd level spell at level 17. Disgusting. There's also Displacer Beast, When you expend a focus point to use Flurry of Blows or Step of the Wind, you can expend 2 focus points to cast Mirror Image immediately after that bonus action.
That's actually kind of cool.
I kind of like this one.
That's actually kind of cool. It just feels like it comes too late still.
It comes too late. It's underpowered, but it is cool.
Maybe for the 11th level.
I could see 11th level on this.
This is so cool that I want you to have it sooner.
Exactly. I don't want this to be something that I'm waiting for. I want this to be what gets me into the class.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think Guardian Naga can save it? When you would be reduced to 0 hit points, but not killed outright. Your hit points instead change to a number equal to twice your monk level. Once you use this benefit, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest.
That's actually kind of cool.
That's really fucking cool.
I love bounce back mechanics like this. I think
Me too.
I understand why this would be at 17th.
Right.
Maybe this stays here. This is fine. A smash.
I like the concept here, and I also like how this feels like it's something that's not insanely magical, but still could be flavored as magical, while not just being spellcasting. This is something that I thought, it's unique.
I like that it's also not like a guardian angel, it's like a naga. I imagine you go down, it like wraps around you, and it's like, return, you know?
I was so excited for that. I was so excited for this subclass.
I wanted to smash. She seemed like she had such a good personality, but she's kind of mean, and she wants me to find traps and stuff. And it's like, but that spell hasn't been good, babe. That hasn't been good for a while. You know, maybe we date for a couple months, but like, there's something missing from it. She's such a baddie, but like, it's her.
Sometimes
not me.
you can't fix her.
I can't fix her.
Tattooed warrior monk gets a pass. Oh.
Yeah, she gets a pass. I'm so sorry. She's so hot though. Fuck.
I don't even want to talk about it. We're going to cover the Arcane Archer next. A fighter subclass originally from Xanathar's Guide to Everything, the Arcane Archer does exactly what it says on the tin. Puts magic into arrows. And we're going to be getting an Unearthed Arcana look into how they might be updated for the modern rule set.
Crowe's favorite class is fighter.
I have a bit of lore for this one. One of my first introductions into Dungeons and Dragons was not Baldur's Gate, not Neverwinter Nights. Oh my god. The original, like the one that was like there was like an elf, there was a dwarf, and also like archer and cut this if I can't get to the point. I have a deep connection to this subclass is what I'm trying to get at here.
If they fuck it up,
I'm going to kill them.
I really loved the idea of the Arcane Archer from the 2014 rule set.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't like the execution at all.
The execution was abysmal dog shit.
It was abysmal.
Yeah, y'all have any fun? No, we have abysmal dog shit.
The biggest issue was you got to use your arcane shots like twice before needing a rest or something like that.
I hated that so much.
So limited.
Your whole ass dude was about shooting magic arrows. And you got 2 of them.
2 magic arrows.
Fuck off. I'm sorry.
Imagine if Green Arrow was like boxing arrow club, explosive arrow.
Well, I'm all done.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm tapped out. Ooh, I'm eepy.
So originally, Arcane Archers got Arcane Archer lore. At 3rd level, you learn magical theory of some of the secrets of nature, typical for practitioners of this elven martial tradition. You choose to gain proficiency in either the Arcana or Nature skill, and you choose to learn either the Prestidigitation or Druidcraft cantrip. Man, I can't fucking talk today. You would also get Arcane Shot. You learn to unleash special magical effects with some of your shots. When you gain this feature, you learn 2 arcane shot options of your choice, and there was a whole list of them. And once per turn, when you fire an arrow from a short bow or long bow as part of the attack action, you can apply one of your arcane shot options to that arrow. You decide to use that option when the arrow hits, unless the option doesn't involve an attack roll. You have 2 uses of this ability, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a short or long rest. As you go up in levels, you get to have more options for what your arcane shot does, but not more uses of the feature. That's it's so stupid.
Yeah, one of the worst parts of this class.
Let's see if they fixed it. So now, Arcane Archer lore has been changed slightly. For the cantrip, you either learn Druidcraft or Prestidigitation, but for the skills, you gain proficiency in Arcana and Nature. If you already have one of those proficiencies, you instead gain proficiency in a different skill of your choice. Honestly, just nice. It's just a better version of what it was previously. Not much to say.
Arcane shot. Here it comes. Moment of truth.
You learn to unleash special magical effects with some of your shots. Arcane shot options. You learn 2 arcane shot options of your choice from the arcane shot options section later in this class. Once per turn, when you make a ranged attack using a weapon with the ammunition property, you can apply one of your arcane shot options to that attack. You decide to use the option when you hit a creature and deal damage to it, unless that option doesn't involve an attack roll. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier, minimum of 1. You regain all uses when you finish a short or long rest.
Since they're a multi-ability score dependent subclass, this is probably the play?
I can see it.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings about this kind of stuff when they do this for, like you said, a multi-ability score dependent subclass, because with a fighter, you want dex, con.
But fighters get a lot of ability scores, though.
You do. You can do a lot of ability score upgrades.
It doesn't mean you can get up to 5 shots, which is actually really cool.
Which is really cool. Most likely you're going to have like 3 to 4, but that's still an upgrade. Holy shit, is that an upgrade?
I feel like 3 to 4 is like is like a solid number, and getting up to 5 is like you're probably not going to use more than 5 shots in a single combat.
Another basic change to this is that they used to require you to use a short bow or longbow specifically for some reason. Now you can just use anything that is ranged ammunition weapon.
Wait, you could use a blowgun? You can be a blowgun fucking Arcane Archer. Ooh, may I note something that got significantly changed that I actually really like? There is an Arcane Archer die, much like the Battlemaster die. Did you see that?
Oh, I did not. Arcane shot die. Arcane shot options refer to your arcane shot die. Your arcane shot die is a d6. Our arcane shot option for the new banishing shot. Your magic temporarily sequesters your target to a harmless demiplane. The creature you hit takes additional psychic damage equal to run roll. The creature you hit takes additional psychic damage equal to 1 roll of your arcane shot die and must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be banished.
Bye-bye.
While banished, the creature has the incapacitated condition and a speed of 0. At the end of its next turn, it reappears in the space it left.
It's kind of funny. I always thought banishing arrow was kind of funny.
This feature used to exist in effectively the exact same way on the previous subclass. It just didn't do any extra damage until you got to a way later level.
Yeah, what is it, 18th or like 16th level or something?
18th level, they now take 2d6 damage.
Yeah, haha, my 18th level feature, guys. 2d6, you take 12, haha.
This one's cool. It's goofy. I love it. It is a strict upgrade. Smash the banishing shot. I will never not enjoy it.
Yeah, smash. I love the extra damage. It's only 1 roll of the arcane shot die, but it is an attack. You hit the guy.
Beguiling shot. Your magic causes the ammunition to temporarily beguile your target. The creature you hit takes additional psychic damage equal to 2 rolls of your arcane shot die and must succeed on a wisdom save or have the charmed condition until the start of your next turn, treating either you or your allies within 30 feet of the target, your choice, as the charmer. The charm condition ends early if the charmer attacks the target, deals damage to it, or forces it to make a saving throw.
How did it look like previously? How much of a change is this?
So the change is really just now you can just make it yourself regardless as to how far away you are.
Also, it's you or one of your allies instead of just one of your allies, right?
Right. The previous feature was like just one of your allies, which is kind of interesting. And they had to be close, so you couldn't use this if you were like super far away and wanted to charm them yourself, which is just strange. A strange hoop to jump through.
This is cleaner. This is much cleaner.
It's cleaner, it's better. Overall smash as an upgrade. I think as a feature though, on one hand, I like Beguiling Shot because it's like a Cupid arrow, right? It fits into that.
It's kind of cute.
It fits into some mythological fantasies. However, I don't really get it. What's the point of shooting somebody and then having them have the charmed condition?
Because when they're charmed, they have disadvantage to attack the person who's they're charmed to.
Oh.
It's actually better than that. It doesn't give you disadvantage on attacks. What it says is, you can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with damaging abilities or magical effects. So it's way better. You simply cannot attack them at all, and even furthermore, you can't get around it with other forms of spellcasting.
So this is inadvertently like a weird way to protect your tank.
So let's say somebody's attacking your wizard, they get into the back line. You can shoot that person and then they pick your wizard as the charmer and then, okay.
Definitely smash. Can I use the restroom real quick? Okay. Bursting shot? God damn, my shot doesn't even do that.
You imbue your ammunition with explosive force energy. Immediately after you deal damage to a creature, your target and each creature within a 10-foot emanation originating from the target takes force damage equal to 2 rolls of your arcane shot die.
Very straightforward.
Very straightforward. And I don't know about you, this is what I want to see from this kind of class.
Yeah, it just like feels cool to just like, yeah, this just does a big force explosion. That's kind of awesome. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as bursting arrow. Yeah.
Yeah, it is identical to how it used to be. They just have reworded how the damage works, but it is the same. Still probably my favorite of all the shots just because it fits the fantasy. Smash.
Easy smash.
Enfeebling shot. I hate when I'm enfeebled.
Well, this is my shot. Like when I shoot my shot, I feel pretty enfeebled after.
Yeah, this is a vaccine. Your ammunition saps your target strength. The creature you hit.
RFK Jr. would hate this subclass.
Your ammunition saps your target strength. The creature you hit takes additional necrotic damage equal to 2 rolls of your arcane shot die. The target must also succeed on a constitution saving throw or have the poison condition until the end of its next turn. Whenever a target poisoned in this way hits with an attack roll, it subtracts an amount equal to 1 roll of your arcane shot die from the total damage of that attack. That's a fucking mouthful. Hold on.
Okay, wait. Let's slow this down. Whenever a target poisoned in this way hits with an attack roll, it subtracts an amount equal to 1 roll of your arcane shot die from the total damage of that attack.
So you hit somebody, they take extra damage. That's just as a default. They then make a con save, they become poisoned for 1 round.
Which is disadvantage on attack rolls.
I think it's disadvantage on ability checks too. And when they make an attack roll during that time, if they hit, they subtract a d6. Okay.
It's a little overkill, but 2 rolls of the necrotic damage of your arcane shot die, pretty good.
I'd smash this.
Smash. What's the original look like? It's pretty similar, right?
The creature hit by the arrow takes an extra 2d6 necrotic damage. They must succeed a constitution saving throw, or the damage dealt by its weapon attacks is halved until the start of your next turn.
This got buffed then.
Interesting.
This got buffed significantly then. Because giving the poisoned condition is pretty damn good.
Giving a poison condition for a whole turn is really, really solid because there's just a good chance that they'll just fully miss now.
And then even if they do hit, they get the arcane shot die reduced from their attack.
Right. And granted, depending on what you're fighting, having its damage halved could be a lot stronger, but that d6 is still like really solid, especially in earlier levels.
This could also be really interesting against certain enemies that can make multiple attacks as opposed to like a couple really big hard-hitting ones. Because if something can make a bunch of attacks that all deal like 13 damage, 14 damage each, knocking off between 1 to 6, or I imagine this increases later, right, can actually get pretty strong, depending on the monster. But it does require them to get poisoned. My only thing is this. Now that it has to get them poisoned and it isn't working off a different condition, this is still kind of a nerf against demons and devils. They're all immune to poison, which is really annoying.
That's a good point.
This is like kind of a stealth nerf, I guess? Like, I don't know. Like,
I think we've bumped into an I don't know. I don't know what to...
Smash for me.
I will smash it for Crowe.
Thank you. We can smash it together.
Grasping shot. Your ammunition creates clutching brambles around your target. The creature you hit takes additional slashing damage equal to 1 roll of your arcane shot die, and must succeed on a strength saving throw or have the restrained condition until the start of your next turn. The target or a creature within reach of it can take an action to make a strength check against your arcane shot DC, removing the brambles and ending the restrained condition. The previous version of this, the creature hit took an extra 2d6 poison damage, its speed was reduced by 10 feet, and it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each turn it moves 1 foot or more without teleporting. And then the target or any creature around it could try to remove those brambles. But the brambles would last for 1 minute or until you use this option again. So the duration on it, heavy nerf. Went from 1 minute to 1 round.
Also, the damage got significantly reduced because it no longer does the poison damage.
Yeah, the damage got significantly reduced. However, it's full-on restrained. It's not just a slight reduction to movement. So this is very different. It's very different.
I kind of liked the old version a little bit more because something I really liked was the taking additional damage when you move. That's something that leads to a kind of strategic form of combat where movement and other things like that feel more impactful. I'm not stopping you, but if you choose to move, you take more damage. That's kind of cool.
And that's something that I do think was really lost in this original Grasping Arrow. It was a mouthful, but it was a very unique form of crowd control. Now it's just restrained, which is good and strong and fun, but it's same old, same old.
It is a little same old.
I hate how they do a strength saving throw and they become restrained until your next turn. So it's 1 round of restraint. And still they added in the ability for creatures to free it early. Why?
Yeah, I don't like that. If they can free them early, it should be the end of your next turn.
I think it should be even longer. Like, if it's only going to be 1 round, let me
Make
have
it a
the
fucking minute
bonus.
then. You know, fuck it.
Yeah,
Make it a minute.
because the original one had this same idea of creatures could get them out of it, but it lasts for a minute.
No, you're completely right. Make it a minute. Make it a whole ass
Yeah.
minute. Because this is already a significant nerf. Having restrained makes it stronger, but the potential of that restraint actually doing anything is kind of like dampened unless you say it's like a minute.
I do think this was a nerf. I prefer the older version.
I do
It
too.
was more unique.
Pass it is.
Piercing shot. Seeking shot. Shadow shot. Your magic occludes? Oh, what the fuck does that mean, Crowe?
Occluding is to obscure, to cause one to be unable to see. If your vision is occluded, you're blinded.
I love this.
Yeah.
Fancy.
We need to bring more
Learning
words
lessons.
like that back, perchance.
We do, perchance. Perchance your magic occludes your foe's vision with shadows. The creature you hit takes additional psychic damage equal to 1 roll of your arcane shot die, and it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the blinded condition until the end of its next turn.
If I recall, this is basically unchanged.
I think so. The creature hit takes an extra 2d6 and must succeed a wisdom saving throw, or be unable to see anything further away than 5 feet until the start of your next turn. Never mind.
Oh, that's the old version was ass. What the fuck?
Yeah, the old version was ass.
Just give them blinded. This just
give
the
them
better
blinded.
version.
So this does a little less damage, but it's way better.
They added like additional mechanics to make a worse version of blinded. Just give them blinded. Like
Just give them blinded. Yeah, that's a very complicated way of saying the creature's blinded, and it makes it a less useful arrow because like being able to blind somebody who got up on an ally is really cool. The original Shadow Arrow wouldn't do that. So yeah, hard smash. This is just better in every way.
hell yeah.
I'm being cooked alive. I am being cooked alive, and you're laughing. All in all, the Arcane Archer is unmistakably, without question, an upgrade. A few of the shots aren't as great, but there's nothing here that's really bad. Honestly, the only thing they needed to do for this subclass was to let me shoot more arrows, and since they've done that, I think it's just guaranteed a hard smash. They can only go up from here.
The original level 7th feature was Magic Arrow. At 7th level, you gain the ability to infuse arrows with magic. Whenever you fire a non-magical arrow from a short bow or longbow, you can make it magical for the purposes of overcoming resistance and immunity to non-magical attacks and damage. And you also got Curving Shot. You learn how to direct an errant arrow toward a new target. When you make an attack roll with a magic arrow and miss, you can use a bonus action to re-roll the attack roll against a different target within 60 feet of the original target. Bad ass.
I love it.
So in the new feature, they dropped the magical arrow property because they removed all of the monsters having resistance to non-magical attacks. If they're going to have a resistance to something like bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing, they just do. There is no getting around it. But it's way more niche, and it's not something that's on half of the monsters. So it is now a useless feature, and
Thank God, though, because shit was annoying.
they've kept Curving Shot. You learn how to direct an errant arrow towards a new target. If you make an attack roll with a weapon with the ammunition property and miss, as a bonus action immediately after the attack, you can make an extra attack with the same weapon against a different target that you can see that's within the weapon's long range and that isn't behind total cover.
Oh, this makes it go even further, huh?
That's fucking wicked. Don't get me wrong, Curving Shot was awesome, but this just made it even stronger. That's so cool.
You missed. Wasn't aiming for you. You know?
Wasn't it? Pshoo, boom, hit somebody else.
This is
a
fucking like
straight
hits your
upgrade.
mom's car. You know.
It's your mom's car. They also now get Ever Ready Shot. When you roll initiative and have no uses of Arcane Shot left, you regain 1 expended use of it.
Peek. Smash.
Level 7 is a strict upgrade. They made Curving Shot better by
Holy
giving
shit.
it even more range, and now you get even more uses of your
Every
shot, which was
fight.
really the only thing wrong with the original one.
Every fight. This means every
Fuck
fight,
yes.
your asshole DM has to let you use one of these. Are you disappointed?
At level
Do you
10,
see it?
level 15, and level 18,
Yeah.
improved shots. Your Arcane Shot die becomes a D8. Powerful shots, it becomes a D10. Masterful shots, it becomes a D12.
That's it.
That is the end of the Arcane Archer class.
I was so hyped. It's so front loaded. It really is. Like, this was so exciting. And then you hit level 7, you're like, oh my god, this class is so cool. I hope it gets better. Oh. I mean, it gets better, I guess. Really? There's nothing even like an ultimate fucking arrow at like 18?
No.
Come on, bro. Give me the fucking Hanzo arrow where I shoot like a fucking dragon or some
A
shit.
split
Like, come on,
arrow
give me
or a
something,
dragon
bro.
or- oh my god. Okay, hold on.
Jesus, that's it?
So they dropped just one feature for this, I will say. And the feature was Ever Ready Shot, which is when you roll initiative and have no uses of Arcane Shot, you regain 1. Now, this was really shitty because while yes, this is the thing that we like desperately wanted, more uses of our feature for this subclass, getting it at 15th level is fucking garbage.
Dog shit,
It needs to come way earlier, and it does at level 7 now. Having your like level 15th capstone thing and your level 18 thing be just extra, oh god, and it's such an incremental increase.
Powerful shots, master shots, and improved shots are like riders, right? These can be added on with something else in addition to.
They should just be tacked on to the original feature, and it just should say your die increases as you gain these levels. I do kind of wish that they put in like an ultimate arrow. That would be kind of fun. If it's like pick one of these 3 options that you can use once per long rest, and it's like something really fucking cool, like a lightning bolt arrow or something, you know?
Give me an ultimate arrow at level 18. Give me like 3 choices or something, right? Level 15, I think you need to make it so I get an additional arcane shot die.
You could do that, yeah. I would also be cool with just more uses.
Yeah.
Make Ever Ready Shot doubled, and I go into each fight with 2. I'd be cool with that. I'd be so cool with that.
So what do you think?
Overall, smash. I would play this.
I'd play this too. Smash.
The original Arcane Archer, I was like, I love the idea, but I won't actually play it. This I will play.
Yeah.
I am excited to play this.
And it kind of caps off at level 10 and then gets boring
does.
past that point. But I feel
does.
like, I don't know, it's kind of fine. Most campaigns aren't going to go that far anyway. But I would still like to have those things.
It's true. I hardly play at those higher levels. I still like to have them. There are other things you can do and get that will still make things interesting. You're still getting all your other fighter shit, you know?
At this point, at like level 18, you'll have 3 attacks. There is something I actually really like. Did you see some of the new features from the fighter? Because there's some things here that I think could actually be really interesting combined with this. Did you see like tactical shift and like the weapon mastery stuff?
The weapon mastery stuff is awesome and will just make an Arcane Archer cooler as is.
In addition to getting your arcane shot off, because these are hits, like you hit the attack. That means every single time you're shooting somebody, you knock them back and then you're restraining them. And, you know, you're doing things like that. Because you're adding your weapon mastery properties onto each one of those shots. And so now you're doing things like sapping and slowing them too. This can actually get kind of crazy.
That's true. With just the general class buffs.
Uh-huh.
I'm excited to play it. I am. I'm excited to play this.
Despite a disappointing finale, the new Arcane Archer can still, without question, get it. Even though it's not official yet, I guarantee you I will be twisting some arms so that I can play it in my next game. If you love and respect the sciences, then you'll know how important it is to credit your lab assistants. Or rather, have them do it themselves.
I'm Jacob Crowe, and you can find me on the Crow's Perch YouTube channel. You know, you could, it's the bird. I'm Crow's Perch, Crow Perch on Instagram and TikTok and Twitch. You can find me there. You might be able to find me on all those places. Like that?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Awesome.
I could do that if you want me to do that.
Let's do that.
We can also do a normal one if you want. It's up to you.
No, I'm keeping what I made my bed, and I will lie in it.
He reads Reddit stories.
Don't say it like that. Fucking laughing. He reads fucking. Get a load of this guy.
Get a load
Reads
of this
fucking
guy.
Reddit stories.
PNG tuber over here.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I just thought maybe they might want some information other than, hey, this guy's a music crow. I want to know what the fuck you're doing over there. That's why I was laughing. I didn't mean to dismiss your line of work.
You can though. You're allowed to. I dismiss.
Yeah, I mean, I don't respect it, but
Okay.
I wasn't going to say that.
All right, buddy.
If you want to do your part and contribute to our research here at Thomas Fitch, then join the Patreon. Our team of expert scientists is growing every day, and you can learn from the likes of Nolan Widmer, Duncan Cunney, Cody Jones, Grant Breeze, Jaso Queso, and Drifter Star. Granted, we don't have degrees or expertise in the field or funding, but where are you going to get your science from? Big doctor? You know, they study at big university, right? Don't be ridiculous.